So our active heavyweight champion, Tom Aspinall, took to Twitter. And, I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not there yet. I realize it's got a new name. I'll warm up to it, but I'm not there. So you guys know where to go, okay? But he said that the winner of Curtis Blades and Jolton Almeida, winner sounds good. Winner sounds perfect. That's what he said. And it took a lot of wind out of my sails to read that. Like, if you're wondering why I'm speaking to you now in such a monotone and voice that lacks energy, I just read it, and this is how it made me feel. So our active champion, right? The only champion we've got at heavyweight that we can ask to fight, that we can expect to fight, that's able to fight, that wants to fight. That champion is going to have to wait. That fight that he's referencing, and this came out in December. I realize it's the new year, but this came out 10 hours ago. And the fight that he's referencing between Blades and Almeida, it's like March 9th, something along these lines. So you got January in there, and you got February in there, and then you roll around to March. And then, what's the downtime between fights? Should we just use Tom's downtime? Because his last fight was in November, so you get from November to December to January, so you get 2 months of downtime. All right, so let's go back to the March date. Let's just throw those same 2 months of April and May. So now we got 6 months where we for sure don't have an announcement for Tom. And then what is it when we get an announcement? It's supposed to be 8 weeks, but sometimes it falls into 10. Now, this is our heavyweight division, which has only been contested one time in 24 months. So if we look at that, then I run out of fingers, which is why I'm choosing to not do this. So in a best case scenario, the only champion we have at heavyweight who wants to fight and who is willing to fight and who's able to fight, that brings a belt and a title to the ring, in a best case scenario, is 9 months away. Or he and Stipe agreed to fight tomorrow. Or Surreal gone and Stipe fight. Tom takes on the winner of that fight. Tom versus Blades does nothing for any of you. I get that. And Tom versus Almeida doesn't do anything for you guys. I do get that. But if Almeida and Blades can build something here, then one of them can come out the back there with a little bit of shine. But as it is now, and what we could predict to happen between those two, is they're as interchangeable of mediocrities now as they are then. So you got two guys with a little bit of shine. One is Stipe and one is Surreal. Surreal has not been announced for anybody. And I know that the smart marks believe that Surreal is going to be announced and put in with Tom. And Tom's going to have to get over the fact that Surreal, when having an opportunity, took it from Tom. They're going to get over that and fight. It's still a miss. The fight is Surreal versus Stipe. That's the fight that the fans want to see. So, but getting the fight that the fans want to see, which is Surreal versus Stipe, when Surreal's not going to call for it and Stipe is not going to call for it, it's one of these things where you really can't get it up off the ground. You just can't, right? You can't make these guys want to compete. So that's where it brings you back to a much more likely scenario that Tom Aspinall waits for the winner of Almeida versus Blades, and that will be anticipated by a grand total of no one.